Alright, so this is MichaelPro's 57-piece half-inch drive SAE Metric socket set and ratchet included. So MichaelPro was gracious enough to send this out to the KD Texas garage for us to try out. So there you go. Comes in this nice carrying case. Got some nice clasps on there. Metal hinges. Very nice. Well, let's not wait any further. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Alright, part number is right here. MP005061. Alright, so you got a nice foam tray there. So anyways, like I said, 57-piece half-inch drive, metric and SAE, chrome vanadium construction. You've got your sockets, deep and shallow, plenty of extensions, breaker bar, universal adapter, 90 tooth ratchet. We'll get to that in a second. But overall, great portable case. Something to throw in your. In this set here, I'm actually going to put this in my truck, or my son's truck. It's going to be fantastic for either mobile work or just have as a emergency tool set. But it's going to cover all your main socket sizes that you're going to need. Plenty of extensions to get into hard to reach places. So, and then a spark plug socket. Who would have known? I mean, half-inch drive spark plug socket. You're gonna bust that sucker loose with the half-inch drive. Right now, as far as sizings go, for the metric, you're gonna get from 10 all the way up to 32. There will be some skips there, obviously, when it comes to the larger sizes. So 10 all the way up to about, let's see here, 24. There's going to be no skips. And then you're going to have 27, 30, and then 32. And then as far as SAE, it goes from 3/8 all the way up to an inch and a quarter. So there's a close-up look right there as far as the sizes go. So you're going to go from 10, 12, 15, and then down here, 16. It does skip 20. You got 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, 30, 32, and then your deeps right here as well too. Okay, and then here's your SAE sizes. Now I do wish that they did the same thing as far as the foam for the metrics, but they only did it for the SAE one. But again, like I said, this is going in the truck, so it won't matter. I won't be taking this out to put in the toolbox anyways. As far as extension goes, you got 3, 5, and 10, and then a T-bar right here. That's adjustable. Okay. This is going to make where you can either spin it off or create some sort of breaker bar. And then as far as spark plug sockets, you do actually get 2 of them. So you got your 13/16 and then your 5/8. So 2 very common sizes, both in half-inch drive. Right, now one key feature that you'll notice on all the sockets, now minus the spark plug sockets I would have to say, and then the universal adapter, everything else is knurled. Oh, and the T-bar. So all your sockets come with knurling, which is great. Normally, when you look at socket sets, it's usually the metrics that have the knurling on them, and not the SAE. But MichaelPro sockets, they all have knurling on them for both SAE and metric. So here's a metric socket. The one we had earlier was SAE. So that's fantastic there. Your extensions have knurling on them as well. Even your ratchet. I don't know why you would need it on the ratchet, but hey, it's just you get that grip right there where you would normally put your thumb at. And the reason I like that is because when you're working with chrome sockets in general, and you're working, on older vehicles that have a lot of, grease and grime or just leaking oil and stuff like that, these chrome sockets become very slippery. You know, especially whether you're using your hands or with gloves, it's hard to control them. It's hard to get your socket on there. You know, especially in really tight places, and you're just trying to get a hold of it and grip it, or you're trying to turn it. So that knurling is going to come, and you know, it's going to be really handy for you. So that's one thing I really like about that. So both SAE and Metric. So if you're classic car guys that you need SAE, you're going to get the knurling on those as well too. And actually, looking online, the 3/8 and the 1/4" drives sets from MichaelPro is actually done the same way as well too. So kudos for them on that. Definitely good features. They really put some attention to detail when they created their tool lineup. All right, now as far as their ratchet goes, 1/2" drive ratchet. Like I said earlier, 90 tooth. It's got the MichaelPro logo on there. See, 90 tooth. And then you get your MichaelPro logo stamped on there. And then as far as overall length, got my handy dandy little mini tape measure handy. 10 inches from top to bottom. And it is serviceable with the C-clip there. So that is my preference in general, is to have a serviceable head on these ratchets. Now I get it, lifetime warranty, you break it, you send it in, but you know, we won't go into that discussion. You know, we all have our own preferences on how we maintain our tools and so on. You know, each person has their own view on things. So again, like I said, with my ratchets, y'all see my videos, I tear them all apart, I lube them up, and I go on about my business. So, all right guys, so that is the MichaelPro 57-piece socket and ratchet set. You know, when it comes to sockets, it's really hard to mess up, right? You can either get it right or you get it wrong. You know, and when it comes to, sorry, brand new case, brand new tool, so they're a little stiff there, but you know, stamp sizing, stamp logo, yeah, I mean, these are really, really well made. The chrome on them is actually really nice. I don't see a lot of blemishes on them, like the cheaper ones that you see on Amazon and stuff like that. So as far as pricing goes, retail is $167. It's actually on sale right now for $133. I have no affiliation in terms of discounts or making money off selling these, so it's to your discretion if you're going to buy them. But if you're looking for a really good socket set, I'm pretty impressed so far in terms of just overall first impression of the tools, right? I was really impressed with the socket set they gave me that I did last week, and pretty much the same for this. You know, you're not getting a low quality socket set if you're looking at it from a first time looker. I mean, just looking at the features, the knurling, the attention to details, that stuff. You know, the sizing and the logos are not etched. They're actually stamped into there, so they're going to last the life of the tool itself. That's one thing you're always going to want to look for, because if you got sockets and you don't know what size they are because they either rubbed off or whatever the case is, it kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, now, the old school guys, y'all are a different breed. You know, the ones that are just super old. They can just tell what socket size, what nut size, bolt size it is. You know, their sockets are 100 years old. Just kidding, guys. But again, you know, like I've mentioned in my other videos, as I've gotten older, sizing, reading sizes on sockets becomes difficult when your eyes start getting bad. But, you know, again, that's one thing as you're working on a vehicle. You want to be able to grab your tool, your socket in this case, and see what it is and continue work. You know, time is of the essence when it comes to working on vehicles, because you're trying to get it out of there. So, yeah, this is going to be fantastic. 1/2" drive to me is a, you know, sometimes an overkill, but, you know, when you're working on the side of the road on somebody's vehicle, or whether your own vehicle, you don't want to take any chances. So that's why I went with 1/2" drive. 3/8. I'll probably try a 3/8 version as well too, because I mean this set looks really great, and I want to match obviously. So we're probably going to throw this in the back of my truck. That way I'll always have it, or my son's truck, or whatever the case is. This is going to be a great set for going on road trips as well too. If you do overlanding, camping, or you just got an older vehicle that you're kind of, on the fence about in terms of making it somewhere, or you're doing some off-roading, suspension, things break. That is very common. Get you a good socket set that's going to be able to tear apart your vehicle that you need done, and get you back on the road. That's the main thing. So again, really like the case. It's got metal hinges in there, so that's really good. It's got to be heavy duty for this weight, and the socket, get into there. So like I said, socket walls look really nice as well too. It's got some good thickness to it, so you'll be able to put some good torque on there. Same thing with the overall construction. I got another video that y'all probably seen where the one of my sockets broke right here, and where they cast it. But no, this thing looks super sturdy, so it's going to be able to take a beating. And again, I'm just really impressed with the knurling. Every little feature counts, and I've worked with so many sockets over the years that don't have it. I always wish that every single socket did. And when it comes to chromes, you definitely want that on there. So again, highly recommend it. If you're looking for a socket set right now, Black Friday sales. Today is Black Friday. Definitely check it out. Go to their webpage or whatever, wherever you buy tools. In case, I'm pretty sure you can find it on Amazon as well too. So give them a check and see what they got right now. I can't wait to use this thing. So anyways, hope y'all had a blessed weekend or week with your families, and continuing on to blessed weekend as well. Go get some shopping done, spend some money, buy some tools, and as always, stay blessed and keep wrenching.